What's up, guys? Welcome back to another educational series here where we talk about the top cryptocurrencies in the space and my personal price predictions for them here in 2023. Today, we're going to be talking about Uniswap, Uni. So you block hashings out there, just hang on tight, and we're going to jump on in and do a quick little introduction and overview for those that don't know what Uniswap is. We'll talk about some of the highlights for Uniswap as well as some of the news that's been trending around Uni, and then we'll dive into my thoughts on what the price will probably look like in 2023. As always, as a disclaimer, none of our content constitutes nor is intended to act as financial advice. So do your own due diligence, make your own decisions with your investments, and be smart. All right, so looking at Uniswap, let's do a quick overview. For those of you that aren't as familiar with Uniswap, it is a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, aka a DEX, that is built on the Ethereum blockchain, and it uses an automated market maker, AMM. I always say automated money maker. It's automated market maker model to allow users to trade Ethereum-based tokens without an intermediary. Uniswap allows users to swap ERC20 tokens in a trustless manner without the need for order books or centralized exchanges. Uniswap also allows traders to deposit 2 tokens into a liquidity pool, and in exchange they can receive liquidity provider tokens, LP tokens, representing shares in the pool. So you can really participate in Uniswap and I believe the governance as well. LP tokens can be used to withdraw deposited tokens or traded on the platform. The exchange fees charged on trades are distributed to the liquidity providers in proportion to their share of the pool. And Uniswap is known for its simple and user-friendly interface and has gained significant popularity within the cryptocurrency community since its launch in 2018. The platform has also inspired development of other AMM-based DEXs. There are many of them now. Uniswap kind of pioneered it, which have become increasingly popular due to DeFi, decentralized finance, and the trustless nature that DEXs provide. So that's an overview of Uniswap. They're like the OG of DEXs for the most part. So how can you use Uniswap? So for any of you guys that are interested in utilizing it, whether it's in a web browser, whether it's on your phone, this is a little bit of an overview of that. So to create a new liquidity pool, provide liquidity, swap tokens, vote on governance proposals, whatever you want to do, you just go to the Uniswap interface, again on your phone or in the web browser, and you connect to a Web3 wallet such as MetaMask. And keep in mind that each transaction does cost Ethereum and fees since it is built on Ethereum. So you will need a little bit of Ethereum in your wallet in order to perform those trades. Now, most of these fees are incredibly small, so it's not like going to break the bank or anything. But make sure you have some Ethereum in your wallet. I'd say having like $20 in there in Ethereum is probably a good idea. But it's very easy to use. I've used Uniswap for a very long time, and it makes it so simple to swap between different tokens in the ecosystem. So definitely use it if you guys are trading between different ERC20 tokens. I believe you can do NFTs now. Someone let me know in the comments. How does Uniswap work? So let's dive into the nuts and bolts a little bit. Uniswap is an automated market maker, like I mentioned before. So in practical terms, what does this mean? It is a collection of smart contracts that define a standard way to create liquidity pools, provide liquidity, and swap assets. Now, each liquidity pool contains 2 assets. The pools keep track of aggregate liquidity reserves and the predefined pricing strategies set by liquidity providers. The reserves and prices are updated automatically every time someone trades, and there is no central order book, no third-party custody, and no private order matching engine. So again, the complete opposite of a centralized exchange like Binance or Coinbase. Because these reserves are automatically rebalanced after each trade, a Uniswap pool can always be used to buy or sell a token. Unlike traditional exchanges, traders do not need to match with individual counterparties in order to complete a trade. So there's a little diagram there as well if you want to get an idea of how those trades work within the Uniswap pool. how tokens are kind of delegated, and a simple diagram of the process. You can also find it on the Uniswap website, which is where I grabbed it. There are a lot of projects that are leveraging Uniswap as well. Again, since they're like the OG of DEXs in this space, they have some of the most vibrant partnerships going on. Just to give you an example, DeBank, Gelato, MakerDAO, Aave, Compound, Sommelier, Coinbase Wallet, Augur, The Graph, Shapeshift, FutureSwap, MetaMask. Those are just a few. MetaMask, Shapeshift, MakerDAO, probably some of the bigger ones, but you get the point. They got quite an ecosystem going and a lot of development on top of Uniswap and leveraging their DEX. Looking at the news, looking at the news, there's a lot of positive stuff going on. I'm actually very bullish on where Uniswap can go from here. So developers as of late have actually forked Uniswap v3, and the new protocol is attracting $123 million in total value locked in TVL, which is really good. I believe Uniswap went fully open source with their code as of recently, so they've allowed people to start forking it and creating their own versions of Uniswap or their own DEXs or anything else that's similar to Uniswap, or they can tie back into it. So there's a lot of money pouring into some of those projects, given the fact that we had this crazy crypto contagion in the last year, and now people are pulling money from exchanges in a hurry. So there's a lot of money going into building out DeFi and DEXs and creating that solution for people, making it more accessible. Next piece of news, Uniswap traders can now buy NFTs with Uni, SHIB, or any Ethereum token. So yeah, we're getting into the NFT game with DEXs as well. It's going to be big. Uniswap tops Coinbase's trading volume in March during the USDC DPEG and among the US crackdown. So Uniswap has actually been performing pretty well given these shakeups in the market, especially in the centralized market. Why? Because this is what people need. People need DEXs, and they need things like Uniswap so that they can continue doing what they want to do, but have all their funds in crypto in private custody, self-custody. Coinbase is also adding DeFi apps like Uniswap and Aave to its base blockchain, which could be really big for development through Coinbase. Conflux, a regulatory compliance public blockchain that's based in China, is seeking to deploy Uniswap v3 on their network. So Uniswap is making their way into Asia, especially into the Chinese market. So a lot of positive developments, a lot going on around Uniswap. That makes me very, very happy, especially given the sentiment. So I'm going to give you my thoughts here on where I think Uniswap can go. I've looked at the chart. I've ran a couple studies. So this is what I've found, and these are my opinions. Again, this is not investment advice. Do your own research. With that said, I think in 2023 is going to be reasonable for us to get above that $10 and eventually that $12.50 mark. I think by the end of the year, we got a couple big resistance areas. Bollinger Bands have not shown that we've broken up as of yet. However, the RSI is pointing up and trending up, which is a very good sign. So I think by the end of the year, there's a good chance that we could get a nice relief rally out of Uniswap, and we could move towards the $12.50 mark. If we can make it to the $12.50 mark this year, which again, I believe we will, we'll have a good shot at having a solid jump up to around $20, which would be the next resistance area, which has got a lot of ceiling and floor resistance. And I think that's probably Uniswap's true value, where it should be sitting in 2023. I think it'll be worth more, the value of Uniswap protocol in 2024. So $20 is a bit conservative for where I think it'll go next year. So I do want to amend this by saying I think Uniswap will sit between $20 and $30 in 2024, at least early 2024. Now, with all the good news and all the money coming into self-custody and people needing DEXs in order to trade and to go back and forth between stable coins or other tokens, whatever, just to stay in the game, I see a lot of volume pouring into Uniswap. So by 2025, we should be through all-time highs. No question about that. We need to wait for the volume to come back, but when that volume does, Uniswap is going to pop. I really do believe that. It's got to get through that 45 resistance barrier, more or less, where it topped out. But I do think $50 is very tangible in 2025. I mean, we got 2 years. I think Uniswap will be at $50 in 2 years. I do think, in 2 years it could be worth $100. So maybe I'll amend this again and say that Uniswap will be anywhere between $50 and $100. I know that's a wide range, but it's really hard to tell because there's a lot of competition for Uniswap as well. And that competition can dilute a lot of the liquidity volume going into Uniswap. So that's what we have to look out for. So Uniswap could have a nice rally and its high could be as high as $50, but there's better competition out there and that's where the volume is going. Or Uniswap just fucking dominates the space. Entirely possible. And they grab a huge market share, just like Ethereum has grabbed a huge market share of the DApp market. And we see 70, 80, maybe even $100 for Uniswap in 2025. So that's why I'm giving a range. Anyways, I am very optimistic about Uniswap and its future, and I do think it'll do very well. So please like the video, comment your thoughts down below. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about Uniswap, what you've seen in the news, under the table, as well as competition for Uniswap too. Like if you have some good dexes you want me to cover, like Pancake Swap or Sushi Swap or some shit like that, please tell me. I'd love to do a video on it. And then make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Help support us as we grow, and really appreciate it, guys. See you next time.